What's up everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in, and today's video is going to be super valuable for you because in this video I'm going to be showing you how you can get your very first wholesale deal in under 2 weeks. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to be showing you a step-by-step actionable plan on how to get your first wholesale deal in 2 weeks. Now guys, this is life-changing because the average wholesale deal produces about $15,000 in profit. So if you're able to get started in wholesaling real estate for a very small amount of money, you can get started with no money, a small investment, no money, just your time, and in under 2 weeks, be able to make $15,000. That's completely life-changing. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to get this done step by step. So make sure you stick around and watch the whole video because it's going to be super valuable. So before we get started, I want you to subscribe to the channel. It helps me grow the channel and reach more people. So go down below, hit the red button, and subscribe. But with that being said, let's get right into it. So how are you going to find a wholesale deal? Well, how does it work? First off, what is wholesaling real estate? So that way you have a good understanding of how the business works. Wholesaling real estate is a very simple concept to understand. So how it works is we're just flipping paperwork. We are going to go out there and conduct marketing and find a motivated seller that wants to sell their property that might be a distressed property. We're going to get that property under contract for a discounted price. Let's say we get the property under contract for $100,000 and let's say it's worth $200,000. That way there's some spread on it where we got a good deal. Let's get that property under contract for $100,000. We're now going to get photos of the property, and then we are going to market the deal out to cash buyers, to flippers, to investors that buy real estate. And we're going to say, hey, do you want to buy this property for $120,000? And once we find a cash buyer that wants to buy the property for $120,000, we're just going to assign them our paperwork, our contract for $120,000 and make a $20,000 assignment fee. So we got the property under contract for $100,000. We find a buyer that wants to buy it for $120,000. We sell them the deal and we make a $20,000 assignment fee. And we do this by using a purchase contract and an assignment contract to make our assignment fee and to do the deal. That is how wholesaling real estate works. So before we get started with the step-by-step plan, you're going to need the purchase contract and the assignment contract in order to wholesale real estate. So let me go ahead and give you those contracts for 100% free. If you go to jacobblank.com/free, there's going to be a link down below in the description for this as well. You're going to be able to download my purchase contract, my assignment contract, and I'm going to give you my cold calling script for 100% free. So go to jacobblank.com/free and download that. So now that you have the contracts that you need to wholesale real estate, let's talk about how to actually find this deal. All right, now that you have the contracts and we've broken down what wholesaling real estate is, let's go through the steps of how to get this first deal in under 2 weeks. First off, you got to go out and conduct marketing because you're going to need to find an opportunity. You need to find a house that is distressed, that needs work, that's in disrepair, that the owner is motivated to sell the property. So there's tons of different marketing methods out there in order to do this. You could put up bandit signs, which are signs you hang up on telephone poles on busy streets that say, "We buy houses cash, call me." You could pass out flyers. You could drive for dollars, where you drive around neighborhoods looking for distressed properties and then call the homeowner or knock on the door. You could do direct mail. There's so many different marketing channels out there, but my favorite marketing channel out of all of them is cold calling marketing. Cold calling marketing is the absolute best marketing channel when it comes to wholesaling real estate because you're able to reach the most amount of people. You're able to sit at your desk and call hundreds and thousands of homeowners. Now, what does that entail though? How do you do cold calling marketing? Well, the first thing is you're going to need data. You're going to need a list of homeowners that are likely to sell their properties. So my favorite list that I recommend that you guys call is a absentee owner list where the homeowner has owned the property for 5 years or more. So you're going to be able to get this list from a few different data providers. You can get it from PropStream or Cole Realty Resource. There's going to be links in the description down below for these data providers. Now, once you sign up for one of these data providers, I want you to pull a list in the market you choose, whether it's your own market or whether it's a different state, whatever market you choose to wholesale real estate in. I want you to pull a absentee owner list where the homeowner has owned the property for 5 years or more. This means they've owned the property for 5 years, meaning the property is probably worth more than what they bought it for, meaning they'll be able to sell it for a profit, meaning they're more motivated to sell. And then absentee owner means that they own the property, but they don't live in it. They're an absentee owner. They own it, but they don't live in it, meaning it's more likely they'll be willing to get rid of the property and sell it. So now, once you have this list of homeowners, you're going to be able to call them, cold call them, and call them and ask them if they're interested in selling their property. Now, when you guys go download in my free resources, you also got my cold calling script. So I'm going to want you to use that cold calling script when you do the outreach, when you're calling them and you're saying, hey, I'm calling just to see if you'd consider a cash offer for your property. I want you to make cold calls to this list. Now, in order to actually get this deal done in 2 weeks, you can't be hand dialing the homeowners one by one with your phone. It's just going to take way too long because not everybody's going to pick up the phone when you call them. So you're going to be waiting like 5 minutes in between each live person that you actually get on the phone. So the next thing you're going to need in order to do cold calling marketing and actually have massive success with this is you are going to need a multi-line dialer. And my favorite multi-line dialer that I use is the Ready Mode dialer. There's going to be a link down below in the description where you can get a discount on this dialer and where you can get a full demo of it. Now, what is a multi-line dialer? A multi-line dialer is a system that calls multiple people at once and feeds you the people that answer. So for example, Ready Mode calls 12 people at once and it feeds you the people that answer the phone. Now, why is this valuable? This is so that way somebody is always talking to you. That way you're no longer waiting 5 minutes in between each person you get on the phone. That way you're no longer wasting time typing in each phone number. It's going to feed you live people on the phone every 30 seconds, so that way you're constantly talking to homeowners. This is how you're going to be able to reach hundreds and thousands of homeowners every single day, so that way you can get through a ton of people and find your wholesale deal that you're able to get at a good price. So guys, that's what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead and I want you to conduct cold calling marketing with a multi-line dialer, and I want you to call hundreds and thousands of homeowners. When I was getting started wholesaling real estate, I would cold call for 5 hours every single day. So guys, I need you to be consistent and I need you to dedicate a good amount of time to this. So I want you to at least cold call for 4 to 5 hours a day. And once you get people that say, yes, I would like an offer and I am interested in selling, I want you to either use a spreadsheet or use my CRM, which is Wholesale CRM. It's available at wholesaleCRM.com. I want you to use that to keep track of these sellers that are interested in selling, or you can use a notebook and write their names down, but it would be better to use an online CRM so that way you can keep everybody organized. So I want you to keep track of everybody that says they're interested in selling from your cold calling, and what I want you to do is I want you to make them an offer for their property. So you're probably wondering, how do I make them an accurate offer? Guys, I have another video on my channel that goes into exactly how to run the numbers on a property to make an accurate offer to them. But if you don't know how to make an offer at all, what you can do is you can take the Zillow Zestimate value. If you look up the property address on Zillow, it'll say that the property is worth X amount of dollars. You can take that, multiply it by 0.7, and offer them 70% of the Zestimate. And that's going to be a decent offer to make them. So that way you're able to offer them something where you'll be able to make a profit on the deal. So I want you to keep track of everybody you find from your cold calling that's interested in selling, and I want you to make every one of those sellers that's interested in selling a cash offer for their property. Now, once you find a seller that says, hey, I like your offer and I'd like to sell it, I want you to go ahead and write up the contract, right? That contract that I gave you guys that you were able to download for free at jacoblenk.com/free, it's going to look like this. I want you to go ahead and fill out this contract. You're going to put the date in, the seller name, your company name or your name, the address of the property. You're going to put the price that you're getting the property under contract for, the earnest money, which you only need to put $10 or $100 down, and you don't actually have to deposit that. And then these are all the standard terms of the contract. And then I want you to put the close of escrow in, when the deal is going to close, any additional terms that are unique to the deal, and what title company you're going to use to close the transaction. You got to use a title company to close a real estate transaction. I want you to fill out that contract, and then I want you to send it over to the seller, and you can use an e-signature platform to send the contract to them to sign on their email right then and there. So you can use DocuSign or Write Signature, and go ahead and email them the contract to sign. So once you have a seller that says they like your offer, fill out the contract and send them the contract for them to sign. Now, once you get the property under contract, what are you going to do to actually get this deal sold to a cash buyer and closed? So now that we have the property under contract, the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to send it over to a title company so that way they can start the title search and prepare the transaction for closing. So what you're going to do is you're going to reach out to the title company and you're going to send them the purchase contract you have with the seller, and you're going to send them the seller's contact information so that way they can get the transaction started. Now you're probably wondering, how do I find a good title company to use that is willing to close a wholesale deal? Well, I'm going to go ahead and give you for 100% free my investor-friendly title company list. This is a list of title companies that are good to use for wholesaling across the country. You can download it at jacobblank.com/title. So now that you've sent over the purchase contract and the seller's contact information to the title company, the next thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get photos of the property so that way you can market the deal to cash buyers to sell it. Now you can either go out to the property yourself if you're there and take pictures of it, or you can have the seller take photos of the property with their cell phone and text them to you. Now, what photos are you going to need of the property? You're going to want to get a photo of the front of the house, every room, and the backyard. And then you're also going to want a photo of the AC unit, the electrical box, and the hot water heater. Once you have all those photos of the property, you're now going to be able to market the deal. So, what does marketing the deal look like? You're going to be able to go ahead and post that deal in real estate Facebook groups on Facebook in your market and say, hey, I have this deal for sale. If you're interested, reach out to me. Here's the photos. I'm asking $120,000 for the deal. All of that, right? And you can put your photos in a Google Drive link so that there's a photo link on your post. And that's a great way to sell your deals, and a great way to find cash buyers is just using real estate Facebook groups. Another way to find cash buyers is you can find cash buyers on PropStream. Guys, PropStream is an all-in-one real estate investor tool, and it lets you look up any property across the country. It lets you pull motivated seller lists. It lets you figure out what properties are worth. And so guys, this is $97 a month, but there's going to be a link down below in the description for you to get a 7-day free trial of PropStream. So make sure you click that link down below. But this platform, this software, will be super helpful for you when it comes to finding your first wholesale deal as well. You're able to get that data, like I showed you. You're able to pull a list where you can filter for vacant properties, the absentee owner properties. You can sort for properties that have owned for 5 years. And then also you can look up any property across the country, and it's going to give you all the information about that property at your fingertips. And it's going to give you comparable property information, so that way you can figure out what properties in the area are selling for, and then from there calculate your offer. So as you can see, all the comparable sales are right here of what properties are selling for in the area. So that way then you can calculate your offer of what to make the seller. So guys, I highly recommend that you sign up for PropStream. Also, if you need help selling your deal, me and my team will personally help you sell your deal to our cash buyers. We have a massive list of cash buyers. So once you get that property under contract, just go to jacobblank.com/dispo and submit the information of the deal you have under contract, and me and my team will help you sell that deal to a cash buyer. Also, one other thing I forgot to mention, I do have an offer calculator that's available at jacobblank.com/shop that you can use in order to plug the numbers in to calculate the offer to make the seller. So if you're struggling to figure out what to offer the seller, and you don't want to just do that 70% of the Zestimate rule, and you want to actually make an accurate offer to them, I highly recommend you get this offer calculator at jacobblank.com/shop. So now that we've marketed the deal, we've posted the deal on Facebook groups, you've sent it to me and my team to market the deal to our cash buyers list, we've also used the cash buyers that we were able to find at PropStream, right? PropStream shows you the cash buyers in the area, so you can use that to sell your deal as well. So now that we've marketed the deal to cash buyers, and let's say we find a buyer for the deal, now let's go ahead and sell it to them. So let's say we got the property under contract with the seller for $100,000. We now want to sell that deal to the cash buyer for, let's say they want to buy it for $120,000. We now need to use our assignment contract to sell it to the buyer. And again, you were able to download this contract for free at jacobblank.com/free. So this is the contract that you're going to use to sell the deal to a cash buyer. You're going to put your name in here, the address, the buyer name, the price they're buying the deal for, your assignment fee, how much earnest money you want the buyer to deposit. You always want your cash buyer to deposit $3,000 to $5,000 non-refundable earnest money. You're going to put the title company right here, and then you're going to have the buyer sign this contract. Once the buyer signs the contract, now you've sold the deal, you need to send this assignment contract to the title company and also provide them the buyer's contact information. Now the deal is done, right? The title company has the purchase contract and they have the seller's information. They have the contract, the assignment contract where you sold the deal, and the buyer's contact information. The title company is going to have completed all the paperwork and the title search. Now everything's ready to be closed. Now on the day of closing, whatever you set in the contract for the close date, the buyer's going to sign closing documents, seller's going to sign closing documents, and the title company is going to close the transaction. They're going to pay the seller, and they're going to pay you, the wholesaler, your assignment fee, either a check or a wire for your profit. So there you go. Congratulations. You just closed your first wholesale deal in under 2 weeks. That is exactly the method that I would use of how to get this deal done, and that is a step-by-step plan for you to how to go out there and get a deal done. First, you need to get data, then you need to get a dialer, and then you need a cold call. You need to find a homeowner that's interested in selling, negotiate with them, get their property under contract, get photos of the property, open up the title with the title company, then market the deal to cash buyers, find a cash buyer that wants to buy the deal, sell them the deal on the assignment contract, provide the title company everything, have the title company close the transaction, and boom, that's how you get a wholesale deal done. Guys, I hope you found this video valuable on a step-by-step process on how to find your first wholesale deal. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. If you have any questions, comment down below. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go down below, hit the red button, and subscribe to the channel. Other than that, guys, I hope you found the video valuable. If you did, hit the like button and make sure you tune in to my other videos. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.